Hey guys, this is Tony with Geek Designs. Today I'm back with another graphic design video. Today I want to give you some suggestions, my thoughts about what are the best platforms for a design portfolio in 2018. There are a lot of options out there now for web-based portfolios. They're ever growing, and I think there needs to be a little bit more narrow list. And honestly, if you're thinking about doing a digital portfolio and a traditional portfolios just don't work in today. Remember, design videos come out Monday, so get subscribed for that if you haven't already, and let's jump into it. The first one I'm going to suggest is a digital PDF document. There are plenty of ways you could do this. You could do this a PDF on a Google Drive or OneDrive or any other cloud storage, or you could use Adobe InDesign that has the ability to pop out a digital version of a PDF that's a link that you can track all the action on. That's free to use. It's free to store it. You just have to have the current version of Creative Cloud to do it. And I think it's a good option for people who have Creative Cloud but want to build a portfolio but aren't comfortable with the web design. But you're comfortable with layout design, you're comfortable with the Adobe Suite, and this might be a good choice for you for getting your feet wet and getting started with the portfolio. The second option I have is Behance. Now, Behance is a big platform for a lot of designers. A lot of designers already use it, and some might be using it right now. It's got a lot of benefits. It's free for pretty much everything. There are some paid options to get a nicer looking portfolio and stuff, or profile, but it's not necessary. It's got a good community. You can find clients on there. It's very competitive, though. And I think it's a good starter. It's what I used when I started out as a graphic designer to get a portfolio, and it's what I used to get my first job. But there are some issues with Behance, and that is the community on it. I don't think it's the best community on the internet for designers, and it kind of just seeps in. You can't help it with Behance because Behance is a community, and it is a social media kind of with a portfolio aspect. People will comment on stuff. They're sometimes not the nicest, sometimes not the most criticizing, or not the most constructive criticism giving back. This is something you should think out if you're starting out as a designer and you can't handle that. This may not be the best place for you to put your portfolio. Some people just, when they have a keyboard, they're just going to tell you how they feel, and sometimes it's not good. The next option I have for you guys for a portfolio is Wix or Squarespace. Now, these are kind of free options to an extent. They'll give you a template. You don't need to use code. You can just build a website. They got some pretty good templates on there for you to use as a designer. It's good, and it's a good idea to try this if you want to also think about just not having a portfolio, but have an actual website for your designs. It has a little bit more features for you. It's a little bit more user-friendly than some of the other options. You won't have to really deal with code, which a lot of designers are kind of scared of, especially if they're just graphic designers, but you shouldn't be scared of code. You should learn it, honestly. But I would look at this. The only thing with the free options is, one, you're not going to have a custom URL. Two, you might have some advertisements on it that tell you exactly what this site was built with. Like Wix will say powered by Wix or built with Wix or whatever they say now on the bottom. And it'll have a .wix website, which is kind of annoying to people. I've used both of these platforms to design websites for clients. Some clients prefer them. I don't personally like them. Their code is a little sloppy. They're a little bit too basic for me for designing websites, and I want more features and more control than this. But that kind of leads into the next option. So the next option I have for you guys is a popular option. It's one of the most popular platforms to build a website, and that's WordPress. I personally have used WordPress for my website since I've had a website. I love it. It's got enough flexibility, and you can build a portfolio on it, and a really good portfolio. But not just that, you can build an entire website on it, and a good-looking website, a customizable website, a website that's yours. And I think that's something you need to think about when you're building a portfolio. So you just want to have a portfolio and show your work? Cool. That's all right. But do you want to actually have something that people can find and enjoy and learn more about you, learn about what you know, learn about some of the processes that you've gone into to build your work? This is something that freelance designers starting out do not think about. And that is, what do I do besides just making a portfolio. You need to make stuff outside of a portfolio. You need to incorporate a blog that talks about your knowledge in the world, of the design world. You need to show what actually went into the entire process of designing a logo or your project. You need to have client testimonials. You need to have case studies. A portfolio is just a stepping stone. If you can build outside of that and have a whole foundation, there's no reason clients won't start calling you. Also, when it comes to a WordPress website, WordPress is free and you can get a .wordpress website, but it's also free if you have hosting and a domain. Now, when designers hear hosting a domain, they get scared, but honestly, I pay $200 a year for my hosting and domain. And I have free WordPress on there and it works great. It has my custom domain. I have all the customized options I need. On top of that, it also has all of the updates I want. So if I need a new plugin, it updates. If I want the newest version of WordPress, it updates. So these are things to think about. It's not the most free option on here, but $200 a year, if you make a couple clients and get them to pay you, that pays for itself. So it makes no sense to me why you would not use this. Last thing I want to touch on before this video wraps up is social media platforms used for portfolios. I don't personally believe in this. I think this is not such a smart idea, but it doesn't hurt to show your work on your social media platforms. But to use it solely as your portfolio, I don't see that working as a good option. These platforms are kind of in flux, and any of them could drop at any time, and then you're out of a portfolio. So you should always have one platform that is your portfolio, and usually it should be your own website. Whether you do Wix, WordPress, Squarespace, or even a Behance, these are all good platforms for you to have your portfolio and have a place where people can find your work. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Hope you learned something good here. Hope you have some new options for you to pick from for your portfolios. If I didn't explain anything good, or if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments and I'll get down there with you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.